Hello everyone and welcome to On The Rise. I'm Priscilla and I'm with Naiomi and Alex. Today on our show we have the multi-talented choreographer, recording artist and creative director of Zinarts agency, EZINNE.
Hey!
Hey!
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us on our show today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So we all want to know from where it all started for you in your career.
Oh, dancing? Well, my story is a bit different from a lot of people. I started off teaching dance when I was the age of 10. When I moved from Nigeria to the UK, that's when it all kind of kicked off for me. I was being bullied in school, and I didn't know what to do with myself at that point. I remember not understanding much. I remember coming from an African home where boys didn't cornrow hair, to be sitting in front of a boy with a cornrowed hair, and I was like, what is going on? So there was a lot of like growth that I had to grow up quite quickly in primary school. But being bullied, I fell in love with movement. I was asked in school by the teacher to who can create a piece for the end of school performance. I was just looking like, I have no clue what I'm doing, but I will try. And that's how it kicked off. Primary school, teaching, went into secondary school, still teaching, went into uni, still teaching, still dancing, and here I am.
That's amazing.
You like teaching, so that was the reason why you opened the agency, your own agency as well?
Well, yes and no. Well, I started touring and traveling a lot, where the teaching kind of kicked off. And I didn't know the agency only came about because I started working with a lot of influential people like Tiwa Savage, like Drake and stuff. So when I went into teaching, it was just kind of to share that insight. And then the agency came about because I actually wanted to take a step back from being in the public eye, and I wanted to give the younger team an opportunity to perform, and that's when the agency came up. Yeah.
No, that's
so, EZINNE, I would love to know, because obviously if we go back to what you said about being bullied, especially in the age of social media, you can get a lot of, you know, of negative feedback and responses, comments as well. How do you deal with that?
I'm kind of different. Everyone is different with dealing with negative comments. I actually remember when I used to be in CEO Dancers, and we were on Britain's Got Talent, and that was major, and there was so much positive moments. And I remember one comment I read on YouTube, and the person said, "You all look like goats." And I could not believe it. I was just like, on all this great stuff. But then when I realized it's out of the 10,000 comments of positivity, I was looking at that one comment of negativity. And that kind of prepared me for the industry to be like, yeah, you're going to have haters. That's part of it. It actually means you're doing something great. So now bring the hate on. I'm ready.
And
let's go.
And it actually shows, and you can tell that you have a lot of confidence. So you would say that all the hate and all the bad responses, you kind of have to, you know, build a strong wall.
It builds you, because the negativity does not stop in social media. If you worked in a 9 to 5, you're gonna have office politics. I also experienced working a 9 to 5, so I know there's not much difference. You're dealing with human beings at the end of the day, no matter the field you're in. So you just have to know yourself well enough to not be defeated by other people's fears, which is what bullying is.
That is just it. And with saying that as well, what advice would you give someone out there that is possibly doing something they don't really want to do, but they have such an amazing talent and they don't have that confidence to carry on with it? Because you've obviously been in that position before. What would you say to people out there?
Listen, you can only push yourself, and only you know your dreams and your aspirations. I feel that if you're sitting at home, you're like, okay, I want to be a creative, but I don't have the money to be a creative. Get a 9 to 5, which is what I did. But I also knew, okay, this 9 to 5 is just to enable me to get to where I need to be. So I'm not going to dwell into sitting in a box. I'm going to time myself. I'm going to save my money. And I know I'm spending 2 years at the desk to get out and invest in something, which is what I did when I wanted to do music. Music cost a lot of money.
I mean, well,
cost a lot of coin. So when I wanted to do it, I went ahead and took a 9 to 5 in HR.
Wow.
And worked for 2 years and saved up to be able to shoot my video. it's either that or I was going to wait to be able to get a record label to invest in me and take 5 years and not do what I wanted to do. So I think 9 to 5 or not being sure of yourself is natural. You just have to be able to set goals and targets and meet them. Of course. That's it.
No. Because if you spoke about music industry, so you start as a dancer.
Yes.
How was this transition from dancer to the music industry?
My manager.
Well, he's in the audience. You can ask him about our guest today.
The transition was actually quite interesting. I actually started out of boredom first, and I wanted to challenge myself because I was actually getting bored of dancing.
Really? Can you imagine?
Yeah.
What it think?
Who would have thought I would have been bored?
Powerhouse.
But I was getting bored and I felt like I needed a challenge. I felt like I needed something else to get me excited every morning to wake up. And so I actually had the idea about music a long time ago during CEO Dancers times, but I didn't have that confidence to be able to do it. I thought, okay, if I do music, people are going to be like, oh my God, what's this nonsense? Like, stick to your dancing, the thing that everybody knows you for. And after a while, I tried other ways. So I tried to impose it on CEO dancers, didn't work. I tried to impose it on the brand new girls, didn't work. Then my old manager at that point was like, EZINNE, you've been talking about this thing for like 3 years. Just do it yourself. And that's how music kicked in. So I've never been the, oh my God, music is my aspiration. I wake up singing.
And that's it.
Never been that person.
It's all rounded.
It's all kind of like boredom happened, but I gave it my all. That's the one thing I would say. In everything I do, if I decide today I'm going to be a painter, I will make sure I'm the best painter you ever see. So that's kind of where I am. So even when I went into the studio, I didn't want to make, we are the cheeky girls. Like I didn't.
That's it.
Like I didn't want to make something silly. I wanted to make something that I felt was genuinely exciting and I would love and be proud of. And when it came out, we like the other day we had like 50,000 streams, and I was saying if I had 10 streams.
You'll be happy.
That's a blessing.
We did something, but 50,000, and like with no support, I was just super proud of myself. And that's something. Once I have kids, I'll be like, yeah, your mama did that.
No, of course. And how is it balancing out personal life, Zinarts agency, music, everything? How is that process traveling globally as well? How is that process for you? Is it very daunting, or can
my air miles are high?
Well, that's always good, isn't it?
I think I realized my partner, my fiance, is the biggest support system I have. My parents, not so much, you know, like parents, let's get this together. But my fiance, he's pretty awesome, and he's very patient, and he's very involved. And honestly, it's being organized. It boils down to you being an organized person, because to be able to make some flights that I make,
it's hard work.
You have to really think. Like the other day I had to do Nigeria, Manchester, London, Manchester, Dubai, back to Nigeria, back to London in the space of 3 days. And I don't know how I survived it. But it's just, I knew organization, setting alarms, getting to where you're meant to be, and just knowing that this is your job. Some people wake up 9 o'clock, go to the office, come back at 5. Mine is no sleep.
No, of course. And with that, what is that like also working and having collaborations? What is your experience with that? And what are your highlights as well?
Collaborations are always fun. It depends on where I am, because I do so many things. Being a choreographer, I work with so many incredible artists. Like the other day, I did some stuff with Sean Paul, which is awesome.
It's amazing.
This weekend, I'm working with Tiwa Savage in LA. So you get to collaborate with people that you look up to. Like I was listening to Tiwa, like I was a fan of Tiwa Savage, you know. I was a fan of Drake, and the other day I was in Drake's house. So like there are things that you sit as an individual and you just look and you're like, wow, like I'm in your house. Like
that's a big.
This is major.
Of course.
Yeah.
Tell us what's coming next and where the people can find you on social media.
Yes, what's coming next is obviously we've just done the auditions for the new girls for 2020. We're launching Zinarts as a company. New music coming out soon, more work with other choreographers. So if you want to catch up with me, follow me on social media at ZinnyXgram, or just find EZINNE on YouTube.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. And I really wish we had more time, honestly. Thank you so much. And I just want to say thank you for joining us today. It's really been great. Thank you so much, live audience. And thank you for all of you at home watching. Please join us next time on The Rise. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much.